Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Virgo. Virgo, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for April 27th to May the 3rd. This week we've got the Akasha Oracle card and we also have Ahimsa behind that. We have the Ten of Swords, Lovers, the Devil, the Nine of Swords, Judgment and the Star. So Virgo, we've got some obviously huge energies here. The Devil, yes. There's kind of a sense of some kind of toxicity in a situation that has definitely been stressing you for a while that needs to be released. You're hearing the wake-up call of that angel here. You know, the divine is trying to get your attention. You know, Akasha is about being divinely guided. This is coming down to, you know, shifting your circumstances so that you can get back onto your life path. I think there's a big decision around a matter of the heart, or you are dealing with a partner in this situation. And we do have an ending, but you have this beautiful rebirth coming out of that with the star energy. So yeah, it's all going to be positive. Just have to move through this piece first. So let's go to the oracle cards first. We have Ahimsa. So as you may know, Ahimsa means no non-violence. So I really feel that this week, while you're going through the situation, processing it or bringing it to a head or whatever, however it may play out, it's very important to be kind to the other person. Hey, they might be a manipulator, they might be a devil, they might have that kind of toxic energy, but keep your energy clean. Operate with integrity and kindness, be gentle, have compassion, but of course keep your boundaries as well. And then we have Akasha. This one actually doesn't come out very often of this deck for me. So this is really saying that your guidance is divinely guided, definitely linking into that judgment energy. This is about, the right time for this karmic contract to come to completion. So I will read that one out because it'll be interesting to see what it says. Akasha exists in the fifth dimension and the library of souls. All soul contracts, history, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to this information of the past, present, and future, and can tap into it at any time. While we have free will, there are also points on the timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre-planned. Soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. It could be a company you chose to work for, a relationship you plan to have, or a person you agreed to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know that it is divinely guided and will not bypass you. If you're waiting for a sign to proceed, this card is it. You are likely living out an important part of your soul's journey, and you are exactly where you need to be. This is very exciting indeed. Couldn't agree more, Virgo. I feel like this is definitely a situation you had to experience, definitely part of your soul's journey, a karmic contract, but that angel's trumpet is blowing this week to say, hey, you know what, lesson learned, karmic contract complete. You don't need to stay in this and experience it any longer, because obviously that's when we can get off track or things cannot go so well for us. So we become stuck and stagnant. Recent past here. You know, this is your reading if you feel you've been dealing with a toxic situation. Devil energy. Now, devil energy can take many forms. You know, we do have the Lovers in the reading, so you could be dealing with a partner, a business partner, or a soulmate, romantic partner. You know, if so, that person could be controlling, they could be manipulative, maybe they control the finances. But they've been, off spending it, gambling, or in a debt situation. There could be addiction issues even. Drugs, alcohol, food. Addiction takes many different forms. The devil can also be an illusion. So it could be the fact that, there's a bit of dishonesty there, or you're sort of dealing with a wolf in sheep's clothing that might be quite different on the inside, but it's giving you the best side and creating the illusion of a beautiful relationship or future. But, it's kind of like a house of cards, that sort of tower energy that one bolt of lightning can bring it down. So, really this week you've been called to shatter that illusion and to see things how it was. And I do feel that you intuitively know that you're dealing with the devil, dancing with the devil, that this person is like that, because we have the Nine of Swords here, and the Nine of Swords is a card of deep stress and worry or anxiety. Maybe, when you jump into bed at night, it starts creeping into your psyche and can be the over-analysing, and the overthinking, all of that kind of intellectual energy where you just feel like it's all stacked up against you and it just becomes quite overwhelming. But if you see in the Devil card here, we see the Lovers again repeated in this reading. It's definitely a partnership situation, guys. Now, these Lovers here, they're really under the hypnotic gaze of that Devil, and although they're chained to him, onto this box here, these chains are actually loose enough for them to get over their head, but they stay and they're quite relaxed. And really the question is, have you been staying in this situation that you've kind of known it's not healthy, or it's not good for you, or it's toxic, or it's a house of cards, that because maybe there has been a payoff that is greater than the cost of the situation. So for example, it might be that you're financially involved with this person, and if you leave them, that's going to have an impact on your quality of life, that sort of thing. There might be codependency, doesn't have to be. Of course, relationships can exist without codependency, but that is one thing that does link quite closely to the Devil. So you've got to ask yourself, what is the payoff for staying in the situation? But Devil energy is not sustainable over time, and that's why the Devil has these bat wings, because it actually kind of sucks your life force over time. So, it really is time to release that, and that's why we have the Judgment card. We have that wake-up call this week. The Divine is trying to get your attention and say, what, the time is now for you to release yourself from the situation that's been keeping you trapped, confined, been keeping you small. This person might have been someone who was trying to dim your light, keep you under their control, under their spell. But this week I think you're saying, well, you know what? I've got nothing left to lose. I'm willing to be completely vulnerable and step out of the situation. I mean, look how much nudity we have in this reading. There's a strong sense of being stripped bare. You might be losing some sense of identity, but you've got a lot more to gain. But I do think that you might be feeling quite vulnerable as you go through this process. Now, the Lovers, before it was just a card that sort of meant soulmate or twin flame, in the tarot was a key decision-making card, one of the big matters of the heart. So I really feel that you're the one that has to make this decision in order to bring this to a head. So there might have to be a difficult conversation or some way that you need to initiate the bringing of the situation to its climactic finish. And the universe will support you in that. Remember, your guidance is divinely guided, and this is the right time. It's time for that karmic contract to be complete. Judgment has that strong sense of divine guidance as well. So, yeah, I mean, Judgment does talk about forgiveness and second chances. I think this is quite final in terms of endings, but just make sure that you don't harbour any resent. Forgive, move on, process it. And then we have the ending and the Star energy. So, Ten of Swords endings are usually not easy. They can be painful. Some of you might be feeling quite drained and fatigued. I mean, Devil energy and the Nine of Swords indicates that this has probably been a slow burn, a slow decline over time. So some of you might need to really, do some healing work. The Star definitely talks about energy healing. The 7 white stars linked to the chakra system, getting yourself back on track there. The good news is with the Ten of Swords, even though it can be a painful ending, as soon as that ending is finished and you're feeling that pain, it is the first stage of the healing process. And this here, this sky here, stands for the divine that is ready to eclipse that darkness and take it away. And what I love about the Star energy paired with this is that the Star energy follows on from the Tower in the tarot, in the major arcana. This is the calm after the storm. So it's really saying that, you will have that calm energy moving in. I think that you're going to move through that pain quite quickly, even though it might be quite short and sharp at the start. And, the Star energy has a sense of rebirth, renewal, sense of vulnerability, yes, but it's about being reborn. So usually when we're going through those big transformations in our lives, we do have identities stripping away, we're peeling the onion, we're releasing trapped emotions out of the body and that sort of thing. So it could be an intense time in terms of processing and healing. But again, the link to divine guidance in the Oracle card, in Judgment, and here. So you are being, led forward. This is the little nudge from the universe saying, I will guide you. I will guide you, but you need to do your bit and take the actions along the way, no matter how hard it is. But I'll be here for you to lead you out of this. You know, the star talks about, you know, healing and rebalancing those energetic, you know, waters or emotions of life, staying grounded as well. So, you know, this is the calming energy. Is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. It also talks about divine wish fulfillment and making a wish on that star. So I really feel that after this, you're going to have the space to really manifest what you truly desire for your life. So dream big, because it could well and truly be on its way after this situation plays out. So guys, I'm just going to pull a couple of cards from this little deck here just to close out the reading. This one that's actually flipped over from before. I usually just give these a little shuffle and choose one. Patience. Okay. You know, some of you might have to be patient in this situation. It might not all go down in 1 week. There might be ends you need to tie up. There might even be legal things and, you know, property and that sort of thing. I definitely feel bring this to a head this week if you can, but then be patient and just understand that, you know, getting everything sorted could take a little bit of time. You just need to manage your energy and healing during that process. What's that one there? Oh, love. Yes, it's come out twice today. Absolutely. You know, I really feel that through moving through the situation under the sense of, you know, rebirth with the star energy, that you're going to be opening yourself up to find true aligned love rather than a situation that, you know, didn't have your higher purpose at hand. I think also with the star energy, it really links to self-love and really, you know, having compassion for yourself and nurturing yourself through it. But also, you know, you're on that pathway, and anything is definitely possible for you, Virgo, in terms of love. Okay, that feels complete for me. I'm going to leave it there. Do keep in mind it's a general reading, Virgo. Obviously, it's quite specific, so you'll know if it's your reading. Do feel free to leave me a comment, because I always like to know how it's resonating for you. And I will be back here, same time, same place next week for another reading.